Hey guys, welcome back to the Outdoor Mentor. Have you ever thought of going bow fishing? Well, I've been bow fishing for a long time, and I got a few tips for you if you're just getting started. You know, the first thing you think of is, well, I need a bow, or what can I do with my hunting bow? Well, bow fishing doesn't require near the power that it requires to hunt. Well, maybe not require, but what we typically hunt with. Even if you say, well, I've got an old hunting bow and I want to set it up. Here's an old Matthews Feather Light, okay? This is a 70-pound bow. Now, granted, an old single wheel wouldn't be terrible to shoot with fingers, but we don't need 70 pounds. And I can't turn this bow down. Actually, it's turned down as much as it can be right now, so it's at like 60. No wonder I could pull it back so easily. So that's out, okay? We really can't do that. But let's do this backwards. What's the Holy Grail? What is the most perfect bow fishing bow ever created? Well, they're probably hanging behind me here. This being a Oneida Phoenix, okay, with the silencing and dampening system, metal timing wheels, okay, great bow. But you don't have to spend $1,200–1,300 on a new bow to go bow fishing. So what's the next step down from that? Look behind me here. This is an Osprey. Once again, an Oneida Osprey. You know, and this one's been highly customized, of course, but you can pick these up for, you know, $800–900 for a custom one. You know, and, you know, the price varies quite a bit depending on how old it is, how it's been used, if it's been, you know, newly refreshed. These things are the Jeeps of the bow fishing world, of the archery world, really. There's all kinds of parts. There's all kinds of aftermarket parts, things that you can buy, upgrade, refresh, customize, colors, you know, cable, strings, coverings. You can powder coat, Cerakote, hydro dip, paint, anything you want to do when it comes to one of these Oneida Ospreys. They are extremely rugged, and that's why everybody loves them. But not everybody can afford to spend, you know, let's just say $800 on a bow, and then by the time you get your reel set up, well, I mean, you're honestly looking at about $900 to, you know, have a good quality bow set up. So just like a small boat requires everything that a big boat requires, this bow requires, you know, a good reel, a good rest, and a good line puller. And so, but we can take and spend all our money on a high quality reel and spend a lot less money on a bow to get us bow fishing. So let's look at some other options. One of my favorite options, I don't care where you are in the world, is buying an old lever bow. Now, they can be complicated, okay? They don't look like any other bow. You take this thing into a archery shop and they're just going to say, no, 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 don't bring that thing in here. Because honestly, everybody's scared of it. But once again, these things are rugged. They're built like tanks. I would have no problem taking this bow off. You know what? Matter of fact, right now, I'll tell you what. Okay? That does not scare me one bit. 50-pound bow, all right? These bows are rugged, tough, built like tanks. I have no problem doing that. I know that if I tore something up, I can fix it. If I wanted to customize it, you know, I can customize it. But this older bow from the I don't know, mid-80s or so is still an awesome bow fishing bow, because of the style of it, okay? Not only is it rugged, it doesn't have a hard draw cycle. You know, it kind of builds up, and then this style breaks over when it gets all the way to the back. So it's, you know, a higher percentage let off bows. But once you get into a bow like this, you can change the let off and you can change the valley. So that being, you know, one of my favorite options. This is a Screaming Eagle, okay? And you should be able to pick a Screaming Eagle up for under 150 bucks, okay? This pretty high quality Screaming Eagle, metal cams, okay? It's a lefty, the only left-hand bow I've got. But, you know, this is a good bow. And I would give 150, maybe 175 for this bow in this condition. But what if it's not in this condition? What if it's got plastic cams? What if it's beat all to crap? You know, I'm still going to give 100 bucks for it, honestly. And if it's one of the newer H-riser bows, say you get a Tomcat 3 with a K-cam on it, hey, I might give upwards of 250, maybe even a little bit more dollars for that bow, just because I know what it is, I know what it takes to replace it, and I know what the bow is capable of. So for more on Oneida Eagle bows, I will drop a description, or I'm sorry, I will drop a video link in a description to one of my videos that I created about the history of Oneida Eagle bows. Give some of the highlights, and it's kind of an interesting watch. We go all the way back to the early 80s, and we talk about Oneida Eagle bows from year to year to year. If you like that sort of thing, we'll drop that in the description. So maybe you don't like a lever bow. Maybe you just want something that's, in your eyes, a little less complicated. Honestly, with a lever bow, you get to working with them a little bit, and they're going to be, you know, really simple to work on. They're just different. And, you know, everybody's scared of what they don't understand. But maybe you want a wheel bow, okay? There are loads of bow fishing bows, you know, actually marketed as bow fishing bows, and there is a reason for that. This being a PSE wave, okay, this would be from about 2013 or so, and this bow is made to go up in poundage really quick and then hold that poundage all the way through the draw cycle. So this is a 40-pound bow. I'll say right about there I'm at 40 pounds, but I'm at 40 pounds all the way back to the back, okay? This design of bow, which most bow fishing bows are designed around this style, is made for snap shooting. Now, I definitely am not going to dry fire this bow, okay? Just because it'd probably derail. But you can pick one of these up new for around the $300 price range for a bearer bow. And honestly, going to be a pretty good option. Check out the Muzzy Vice. They make a good one. And there are some others as well. PSE makes lots of bow fishing bows. Some of them are a little overpriced, but some of them are down around that $300 range, and it's going to be a good option. So maybe you're still up there, okay? Maybe 300 bucks is too much for you. Well, we can always look for used bows. Yeah, that old hunting bow won't work, but maybe we go back a little older, or maybe we look for something completely different. I like to look for youth bows. Now, youth bows or intermediate bows, okay? This is a Bear Odyssey 2. And this Bear Odyssey is, it was intended for youth. The draw length on it is like from 17 inches to 27 inches, I think. And yes, I'm about a 28-inch shooter. But when it comes to fingers, finding something that's an inch shorter, it is, you know, pretty comfortable to shoot with fingers. So once again, this youth bow it'll go from like 25 to 50 pounds, something like that. And you can see I've got the limb bolts backed way out, just barely, you know, enough. But this is a great little bow just to beat the crap out of. And you can find a bow like this, generally Craigslist, something like that, for around 150 bucks. Okay. Lots of adjustment. All right. That means more people can shoot it. It's going to be tough. youth bow, you know, you ain't got a whole lot in it. It's going to be pretty good bang for your buck, so to speak. What if 150 bucks is too much? Well, then what you do, get on Craigslist, eBay, go to yard sales, I don't care what you do, and look for an older style bow. This being a Darton 30 MX, okay? What makes this bow great? All right, straight limbs, straight riser, you know, yeah, beat it against the deer horns. But the round wheels. Round wheels slowly increase in peak weight, and then when they come to the drop off, they only drop off, you know, slightly. It's a big swoop. It's not like today's hunting bows where you got peak, 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 and then just barely valley in the back. So this bow just barely drops off in the back, but it's real spongy. It's real squishy. That's going to allow me to snap shoot and follow through and, you know, do all those things that you would naturally do when instinctive style shooting. You should be able to pick up a bow like this through your local Craigslist for 50 to 75 bucks, honestly. And as you can see, I've actually had this one set up for hunting, and these little bows are awesome. Now, you don't have to have a Darton. Find you a bare whitetail. Find you a, you know, an older style youth bow. But it doesn't matter. The point is, if you can find something like this where these older style bows, you know, 60 pounds would have been a max on them, and you can back these limb bolts out quite a bit, get it down to about 45 pounds, all right? Maybe even less, depending on what you come up with. But, hey, it doesn't take a whole lot to get started in the bow fishing world. Honestly, a recurve is probably one of the most cheapest options that you can look for when you're just getting started into bow fishing. Guys, I hope this helps just a little bit. More on bow fishing when we come back, when we do our next video. We're going to take this Oneida and we're going to tell you what to look at, how to set it up. We're going to set this up with a brand new spinning reel, okay? And if you're left-handed, hey, we're going to take all our stuff, switch it over to left-handed, and make a full left-handed setup when we come back tomorrow on the Outdoor Mentor. Thanks for joining me, guys. As always, this is an archery community, and it wouldn't be the same without you. So don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, and we'll see you tomorrow.